Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den Podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Orlando Lions Den. I continue to amaze myself by being able to go ahead and get off tweets to remind people that we're live in the time that the intros are playing. It's called skill, and it's something that can't be taught. You're either born with it or you just never got it. Got my boys with me. Alex, for the first time in a long time. How you doing, brother?
First time since before the season started. Been busy, been traveling a lot. Just life is catching up with me. So good to be back on. Good to talk to you guys. Mike, really sorry I missed you when you were in town a couple weeks ago, but sounds like you guys had a great time and we had a great turnout.
Yeah, good time at the watch party. We definitely missed you there. But as always, it was a fun time, even if it was another loss. So Hourglass Brewing, we've tried 2 locations. We got 2 losses. We need to figure out whatever it is that's causing the bad juju there, because we need a dub. And Cleon, how you doing, man? You good?
I'm doing good, man. I'm always doing good. You know, especially coming off a dub. A big dub like that.
Big old
monstrous dub.
Oh, yeah. Monstrous dub, bro. So, you know, all good, man. All good on my side. Ready to go.
Good, man. We love to hear it. And, yeah, we got a big dub to talk about it. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a quick moment. Shout out some sponsors here. Pay the metaphorical bills that realistically they don't actually help pay unpaid, but we just do this because we love it. Hourglass Brewing. If you haven't picked up No Mango, No Party, make sure you go grab some while they still got some in stock. It should be available at both locations still. If you're looking to buy a house, we got our man Chad McGibbon at Chad McGibbon on Twitter. If you're looking to buy a house in the Central Florida area, he's going to be your realtor of the future. You want to reach out to him, and if you're buying a house, you need to finance that house. So hit up Leo at Epic Mortgage with Powered by You Mortgage. He can get you taken care of, whether it be a new home, a new mortgage, a refi, help you understand the rates, all sorts of fun stuff like that, because everything's always changing these days. And last but not least, our man Eddie with Comparion Insurance, whether it be home insurance, car insurance, boat insurance, house insurance, iPad insurance, all kinds of insurance, renter's insurance, everything, pet insurance. I think he's even got. He can help you out in the insurance world. Eddie's got your back. He'll always help you out with that. And before I go ahead and get into our talking points, I'm going to put Daniel on screen real quick just to go ahead and give Alex a moment in the sun. Naples FC with a huge U.S. Open Cup win. Maybe a team will be playing down the road. Alex, you are muted, so we can't hear you. But good. Nice try.
I'm so rusty. Stoppage time clutch, man. That was a big deal. It was our first match in the Open Cup, first time against Sarasota, who had recently announced they're coming into USL League One next year. So we've got that I-75 Southwest Florida rivalry going.
There you go. Well, congratulations to is it Naples FC or FC Naples? Which version?
FC Naples.
Congratulations to FC Naples on the big win. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about a bigger win here. Orlando City beating, for lack of a term, beating the piss out of DC United. Don't have a better way to say it. They beat the absolute brakes off these guys 4-1. Could have been probably damn near 8-1. Goal scoring was started by none other than Luis Muriel off of a great cross from Alex Freeman. Then we got a second goal off of Luis Muriel's defensive work. Imagine saying that last year. Luis Muriel's defensive work, Angulo hit it back to Ojeda, who got a deflected shot that went into the net. Free kick opportunity to start the second half, and Ojeda put in a beauty that Alex Freeman headed in. Young Lion coming through clutch again. And then the fourth goal, the best of the bunch your MLS goal of the week. I'm saying that a day before it's going to be announced, but I have little doubts that it's going to win. Marco Pasalic with a absolute beauty of a curler, and the buildup may have been even better with the flick by Muriel, the timing of Ojeda's run, and just the beauty of the shot. And it was one of those things. I'm not even going to try and belittle the goalkeeper for DC or anything. Majority of these goals he had no shot on. Like, these were just that good of goals. Heck of a performance from the team. The late goal to concede is definitely a bummer, especially on the first start in Javier Otero's young career. Is a little bit of a bummer, but defense kind of let him down a little bit there, I'll be honest. But other than that, I mean, like I said on Den After Dark, I really didn't have anything bad to say coming out of this game. The team played beautiful. We are currently the top scoring team and the best attacking team in Major League Soccer. Our friends over at SoccerWise this afternoon said that they think that at worst we're going to be a top 10 attacking team in the league this year, even if we do slow down, but they don't think we're going to be slowing down really at any point. Cleon, I'm going to go to you first. What are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on the attack, and how are you feeling, man?
Man, this is what, hey, man, I've been saying this forever, bro. This is what I always wanted. I just want a team that's going to entertain me. That's all sports is at the end of the day. That's all I ask. And I've said it a million times. I'd rather win or lose 3-4, 4-3 than win or lose a game 1-0. You know what I mean? You got me out there for 90 minutes watching something. You know, just give me something entertaining to watch. And that's what we got right now, man. I was always low-key jealous of watching, you know, Atlanta United, LAFC running around, scoring goals for fun, all this type of crap. You know what I mean? And then, you know, but, hey, that's a little, hey, I don't know what this problem is. But yeah, man, just you know, scoring goals for fun. And at the end of the day, that's all I want, man. And to watch finally come and get it. I did expect this team to put up some goals this year. Not quite to this extent, but it's been really enjoyable, man. And I love it. I love it so far. I love it, man. So I mean that game right there, that was chef's kiss for me.
Like, I'd have to go back and take a look at last year, but I mean, we're 5 games into the season and we've got 2 games where we've scored 4 goals. Like, you know, obviously last year, I want to say through because we struggled for pretty much the entire first half of the season. I think it took us until 17 games in last year to kind of get things turned around. And I want to say through 17 games, we had like maybe 20 goals scored or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know that it was not great. We're sitting at 13 through 5 right now. Like, incredible mark. Cleon, eat your food. Alex, go ahead. Give me.
Oh my god!
Now you know. Now you know why the demon chihuahua was barking.
This is a serious football program here. Eat your food, man.
So I looked up through 5 matches last year. We had only scored 4 goals.
4? I was going to say 2.
4.
So it was a bad start to last year.
Yeah, really bad start. But like, it's exciting to see, like Cleon is saying, it's entertaining soccer. You and I were talking last week on Den After Dark about the watchability of this team, and it just gets better and better. And this is what we've been waiting for. And you know who's probably really excited? The front office trying to sell tickets, because that's what you want coming into a World Cup year, is sexy soccer. Exactly. And we're actually playing sexy soccer, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive,
I mean, I got an anecdote before I let you continue your point. One of my folks at work, she sent me a picture. She had tickets next to the wall. She brought her husband. They'd never been to a game before. Like, and
that's the one that's gonna bring them back.
She like I texted her after. I'm like, man, did you pick a hell of a fun game to go to? And she's like, yeah. She's like, Marco wants tickets to the game against the Red Bulls in 2 weeks. So I was like, awesome. Like, this is how it is done. Like, because they'd never been to the stadium before. They don't know nothing. Like, they haven't been there. Like, not only do you have that perfect anecdotal experience of the game to go to, but the fact that they're already planning their next game because it was that fun. Like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and real quick, Alex, because that was an excellent point that you hit on right there. It's been, everyone think about how many times you've tried to bring someone to the game, right? Try to get them into the game, and they sit there, and then they leave, and they're like, I sat there all that time for 0-0, 1-0. And this ain't even a poppy shot. This has been going on since forever. You know what I mean? And they leave disappointed. You know what I mean?
I took a friend back at the Citrus Bowl days, the first year at the Citrus Bowl game against the Union, I think it was, that ended 0-0. I took a friend there, and he's like, I mean, I got drunk, so I had fun, I guess, but I don't remember anything about the game. I took him to another game 2 years later where we had
that was an excellent point, Alex, because it's just everyone listening can relate to that. Like how you try to bring your people in with you, and they sit there and they basically just are like, well, you know, the atmosphere was cool, but the game itself bored me to death. You know what I mean? So, but go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, and it's good watchable soccer, and we're having fun doing it. And guess what? We did something we've never done before and had all 3 DPs score a goal in a match. I didn't even know we were allowed to do that. I didn't know they were allowed to gel that well. And I mean, it's exciting to see. And if we keep if the defense can at least keep up with it, which unfortunately we've allowed the second most goals in MLS.
True.
At 11. So we still have a positive goal differential, but it's only by 2. So we gotta just keep up this pace and not kill ourselves with mistakes, which is what I saw last week. Is you're killing yourself with mistakes. We could have easily won.
Honestly, I will go ahead and say that's where, when it comes to watchability rankings, I feel like for neutrals, we deserve to be way higher, just because of the fact that, yeah, we're scoring goals like it's going out of style. We also don't really know how to defend well. So if you want to see a high scoring game, like I've been saying, I mean, we're 5 games in. If you're a gambling person, like you guys all know that apparently sometimes I am, bet the both teams to score in an Orlando City game is going to hit. At this point, it's like, I think this past week it was like -210. Like it wasn't even good odds because of the fact that they know what's going to happen. Like, which is weird to see the odds makers actually paying attention to anything MLS, because usually you'll go on MLS and they'll have like Fabian Loyola at +850 for anytime goal scorer, and he's not even going to be in the 18. Like, so. And that's not meant to be a pot shot or anything at Loyola. I know he's actually been injured, but like, that shows how little they pay attention. So it's just one of those things. They notice it. I'm going to go ahead and bring Daniel's post up here real quick. And guys, feel free, your thoughts on the game. If you're watching on Twitter, X, or YouTube, feel free to go ahead and reply. Let us know your thoughts. We'll try and put you up on screen while we're doing this. Daniel mentioned still no Hattie, but it's coming, in my opinion. Alex, as Alex would say, from your lips to God's ears, he is praying for that. We're
approaching 1,100 days.
11 is it 1,100 days?
No.
It's longer than that.
No, it's longer than that.
It's got to be longer
at
than
some point. I'm going to look it up. I had it.
It's probably 1,100 days the last time you looked at the countdown, which is probably like 4 years ago. So, because I don't think we've had a hat trick since, I want to say 2017.
2015.
2015. Yeah, that's way more than 1,100 days. I'm no mathematician, but I know a little bit.
I'm looking at it. Oh, come on. Just show it to me in days. It's been almost 500 weeks. 499 weeks. That's way too long. I think we can do it, but that's
almost 3,500 days.
Okay, so I was missing a lot. My gosh. I just want it to happen, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen. With my luck, it's going to be in a match I'm not watching.
Probably. That's how it's going to happen. But I will say, if there is a time that it's going to happen, I'm going to say that this is a perfect segue right now to go ahead and talk about. This is, I think, going to be one of the first times in honestly in Orlando City history that I can remember where all three of our designated players have not only been playing, but have been incredibly effective. I know based on what MLS is saying, we currently lead the league in goal contributions from designated players because not only are they combining well with each other, but they're also all scoring. I think we have 15 goal contributions combined between the three of them. And Cleon, I think that actually is the real number, not fake numbers, not fake assists. I'm not sure. But Ojeda, Pasalic, and
We're
Muriel.
real news over here. Real news, not fake news.
You know that this podcast only cares about real assists. And I say that as I look directly into my camera. Real assists are the only ones that we care about. We ain't talking about no key passes.
It took a while to get everybody on board, but just like all three DPs are clicking, now finally I got this whole podcast on board, and everyone is on the only real assist count train.
Because otherwise, Angulo would technically have 2 assists in this match.
No, he technically does have one.
He has one. He had
the
one to Ojeda, but he also
had the
dumped the ball off to
Freeman.
Freeman. Yeah, which was. Oof.
Yeah, realistically, like I said, 2 of the goals that we scored in this game were absolutely beautiful. One of them was just great pressing, and the other one was a set piece, which that's one of the things, like for me, secret weapon has really been Freeman on set pieces. He's a freak athlete. It's got to be one of those things, hit the ball, he gonna get up there somewhere. Like it's the old memes of like the quarterback being like, whoever the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be like Pickens and DK down there somewhere. Like just throw the ball. Like it doesn't matter. But anyways, so designated players are the ones that are they're all clicking right now. I'm bringing up, I'm taking a look over here. I'm bringing up our numbers. I want to make sure I have everything on hand so I say everything absolutely correctly. So currently 3 goals and 3 assists for Ojeda, 2 goals and 2 assists for Muriel, 4 goals and 1 assist for Pasalic. Pasalic is currently, I think, tied for 3rd in the Golden Boot race. Like he's only got Kuipers and Ty Baribo ahead of him. Like who would have thought any of this going into this season? Because I mean, I know I was one of those people coming in that I'm skeptical of Pasalic because for me, Croatian league's not quite as high quality as MLS. I know he's a Dortmund product, but he hasn't really had any of those like big moments where it kind of shows you that he can be a guy. But he's a dude. Ojeda, second year being the 10 and actually like having the trust of Poppy is a dude. And Muriel, like all I can do is applaud this guy because we thought that he was dead weight last year. And right now, Enrique, Duncan McGuire back from injury, no one's taken the 9 position from him. You can't. He's been too important in the team to not be playing. I kind of riffed and monologued a little bit there, but like I'll pass it on to you guys. Like this is crazy, right? Like what's going on?
It's a weird feeling that we're at. Not only did we hit on a new signing and right out of in Pasalic, that he is right out of the gate, just flying on all cylinders, but he's gelling with the guys that have already been here. And if anything, he's made Muriel better, and Muriel has stepped up and is playing the way we were expecting him to last year, if not more. I think it takes time. It needs to gel. There was a lot of conversation about that last year when we're saying, oh, Muriel might not be the answer. It's going to be another Cara. It's like, yeah, or he can actually step in. We get the players that we need to, and we do it. I was kind of, I know I wasn't on the preview show. I was kind of down on this season because I didn't think we had done enough in the off season. And I'm starting to think that maybe we did just enough that we can make this an interesting season. Defensively, it's kind of annoying, like we were talking about earlier, but seeing all 3 of them together and not Ojeda's goal was that was a silly goal, but they count all the same. having all three of them contribute and look good doing it it's encouraging, and it's going to put butts in seats.
I mean, I tweeted that during the game. I said ugly goals count the same. You know, like
Mhm.
ugly goals all count the same. So, Cleon, what is your thoughts on what's changed? Like, how are we? Is it just that there's an increased work ethic, or from Muriel that's the difference? Like, what do you think is the difference that's got all the DPs firing on all cylinders right now?
Honestly, I think the biggest change is that they're just getting force fed their minutes, and this is Mario and it's Ojeda. I feel like it's honestly just that they're getting their minutes. So a lot of times if you got, for me, like, you got top guys, then, or what you expect to be top guys, then you bring them in, you throw them out there and you leave them out. You know what I mean? Even if they're not producing at the beginning, I feel like you just leave them out there, and if they're as good as you think they are, it should start showing up in production. You know what I mean? Ojeda, honestly, outside of the same goes for Muriel. No, I'm about to say it out loud. Both of them, even in their broken minutes last year, they were decently productive. Outside of, like, the goal scoring wasn't where you would expect it to be. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, like, goal scoring, that's a little more difficult to come by. You know what I mean? Like, you can, as far as, like, you just have to be out there, and, like, you have to be out there, right place, right time. You know what I mean? To be able to get a break. So you need extended minutes a lot of times. And those two just honestly just were not getting it. Even Ojeda, as he was more productive last season because he was getting more minutes, he was still getting pulled at, like, what, the 60?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At best, he was getting pulled at the 60 routinely, like, no matter what. And honestly, I really feel that's just what it is they're getting force fed now. You know what I mean? And I think I said this on the preview show, and it was we were talking about how I think I was talking about it at the 10 position, where, like, when we sent Nico away, right? To where it was almost when I think a lot of times, like, the front office is bringing guys in and they have a vision of this player in their lineup, and then sometimes coaching isn't quite agreeing with it, or just going ahead and force feeding your vision into it, and they have their own guys on the team that they trust, and they don't want to put them above them. You know what I mean? And it seems like this season coming in to what looked to us to be, oh, we're not doing anything. We're taking guys, sending guys out. We're not bringing guys in. Is that the front office knew the guys they brought in, and maybe they sent guys out just to make sure you didn't have no other option. You know what I mean? You had no other option but to play my guy that I want you to play.
Mm-hmm.
And play him for all the minutes. You know what I mean? Because it's okay if you're not playing Ojeda, who are you gonna play?
Yeah,
you
that's
got
fair.
and then Duncan was hurt. Duncan was injured. Muriel's still there. He's gonna get his minutes. You knew he was, even if you didn't think he was gonna start out the gate. You knew he would be getting those minutes at least while Duncan was out, for sure. You know what I mean? Whether he was going to get him at the backup 10 or whether he was going to get him at the backup 9, you knew he was going to get more minutes than he was getting last year. So maybe a lot of that just sending guys out was just clearing up those minutes, clearing up those opportunities for the guys they want on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't really argue with the results if that's what the plan. If that's what the thinking was, is no, we're not going to get more guys because we got the guys I want. And Devil Dog, and
The Devil Dog agrees.
Yeah, and he just wants my nuggets, man. I got my nuggets up here, and he wants my nuggets. So you send guys out. Sometimes this happens, man. You just send guys out. They won't play the guy you want to play, and you send the guy away. You know what I mean? Sometimes coaches have a favorite toy. Be like, okay, I'll send your toy away. Now you got to play my guy because I ain't bringing nobody else in.
You and Dirty Dom, the same guy, always got your nuggets.
Yeah, man.
So So you kind of started to touch on what my thought process was, and that's that I feel like part of the reason for the success right now is that we're not overcomplicating things. You know, we're putting our best players on the field and telling them to go play. That's kind of what we're doing. I think the part of the issue that kind of caused us some strife last year is we tried to make Muriel into something that he wasn't. We always had Ojeda, and this is always my biggest gripe with Ojeda and Facu is Ojeda and Facu always tried to occupy the same channels. Pasalic isn't going into the same area that Ojeda's in. They're playing more opposite each other. And I also think that Freeman has kind of brought a new dimension to the attack as well. So I feel like realistically, all it's coming down to is just we got our best players on the field. We're telling them to make plays. And basically, for the most part, Poppy's being a little bit more hands off. He's not meddling. He's not trying to put his spin on things. We're not parking the bus. You know, I felt that way realistically against the Red Bulls, like that 2-2 draw. I'm like sitting there being like, okay, we put in all the defensive subs. And then I'm like, wait, no, now we're still attacking. I'm just confused. Like, what's going on? So I feel like there's much more of an aptitude in this team for attacking and scoring goals, which is great. But I'm going to devil's advocate that for a second, because I was also down on this team going into the season, like Alex said. And Alex said he's feeling more optimism. So I'm going to try and take us down back to earth. I still am feeling good about everything right now. So, you know, not trying to be a prick or anything. I am still feeling very positive about this team, and I do have belief, but I'm taking things with a grain of salt. The two teams that we've lost to, Philly and NYC, above us on the playoff line, you know, doing well in the standings. New York Red Bulls, who we drew, above us in the standings. Two teams we've beaten, teams below us. So similar to last year, we've beaten DC, we've beaten Toronto. Now, granted, both of them we beat the brakes off of, which is great. And NYCFC, I look at that game as whenever you're playing on that ping pong of a pitch, like the pinball pitch, as I call it, because the ball just bounces around like crazy. It's such an unfair home field advantage for them. Like I try and take it with a grain, like not take that loss to heart. But do you think that the optimism right now is fully justified, or do you still have a little bit of skepticism tied with it? And I'll go to Ryder first, and then we'll get Cleon's thoughts.
Having seen improvement in the offense has me optimistic, because I honestly didn't know if we were going to be able to crank out goals this season. I thought that was a big question mark for me. And the fact that we are suffering so much on defense gives me pause, because just looking at who we have back there, Alex Freeman might be our best defender right now. And that's a scary thought, especially considering we got to rely. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We got to rely on Schlegel, or is it going to be next man up? Like who's down there?
When you say defender, you mean like you talking about like actual position defenders, like back four, or do you just mean overall?
I'm talking about the back four in general and goalkeeping, just how we're defending. Like that is where I feel we're going to get dragged down to earth, because we're the leading scorer. I said it earlier. We're the leading scorers in the league, but we also have the second most goals allowed. So it makes for good TV, but it also is gonna something that and Mike, I appreciate your reality check, is we're going to get pulled back and forth. Maybe all season, maybe they figured something out this week. I don't know. I'm still cautiously optimistic, but I'm feeling better than I did when the season started.
And I will say, because I've said it on Dan After Dark, I've said it on this pod too, like most of the goals that we've conceded this year have been pretty heavily reliant on errors, whether it be individual errors or combination, maybe even a comedy of errors that have caused them. But like, there's been errors that have led to the majority of the goals that we've conceded. Even this game against DC, like Schlegel had a terrible jump to try and contest Christian Benteke, who, as I said on Dan After Dark, he might not just be the best guy in MLS when it comes to winning aerial duels. He might be the best guy in the history of the game when it comes to winning aerial duels. You can't really beat Christian Benteke in the air. He's just that good. So, it's one of those things that I feel like I've said this before, but if we can figure out how to not have errors in the back, I feel like this team has the sky is the limit kind of mentality. But even in a 4-0 win where we're dominating, we still make a mistake that causes a goal. And it wasn't one of the kids that caused it, Cleon, like you were saying was going to happen as soon as we started subbing in the youths. He's like, no, here goes the lead. We're going to lose it. We watch. But Cleon, what are you thinking? Am I right to try and keep us rooted to the ground a little bit, or should we just start flying?
I understand the thought process, but for me, I think you can only go. Well, let me rephrase that. For me, I feel like the only way is up unless you don't believe the attack is legit. You know what I mean? Because the attack is there, the defense has been atrocious, but I don't see the defense getting worse. You know what I mean? Like as the season goes along, I don't see how they would get worse than what they are right now.
It's true. That's fair.
Especially with even if it's Schlegel and they're going to be Schlegel and Janssen or whatever. They pretty much played together for the past 2 seasons before this straight, pretty much. You know what I mean? I think even going back as far as like when Antonio Carlos was still here and, he kind of got benched or whatever happened. They played together consistently for a long stretch and they've been, so they have history already together. And we didn't, while Schlegel always does his things here and there, the defense has never been this bad. Santos, he's never been a defensive stalwart. You know what I mean? Dagger, I haven't seen any drop off. I wouldn't even say Dagger had been a great defender or anything like that. He's been passable. He's been competent, but I haven't seen a drop off since Freeman came in to start there. So I don't see how at least that back four can go anywhere but up. I can't see it getting worse. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me, I feel like as long as you believe the attack is legit, I don't see how the team could go anywhere but up. Now the thing is with a lot of it relied on those double sixes we have with Wilder and Cesar. Wilder's not here. We have Atuesta, who's amazing, in possession and attack, but he's not trying to do all that. You know what I mean? That Wilder does. So that part I can see. I can't really see that. I can't see that ever getting back to like the Wilder and Cesar combo. But the guys behind it and Pedro, I can't see Pedro getting any worse than he's been. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, so
last season he got better as he went on. That was a concern we had early in the season last year too.
Yeah, so this dog's eating all my nuggets, bro. Yeah, so I have to give him nuggets. Shut up. So it's literally extortion right now. So I can't see it going anywhere but up. The only spot where I see to where I can't expect them, I don't know if they'll get better, is Atuesta and the Cesar pairing. You know what I mean? I don't think they've been detrimental or anything. They just haven't been as good of a pairing defensively as the Wilder and Cesar. You know what I mean? So I could see maybe they get a little better, but just so for me, as I believe in this attack. I don't think we're going to be scoring 4 goals. And I don't think we're going to keep our goals per game average up to where it is right now through the whole season. But I think it'll be up there. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's top 5 in the league. You know what I mean? Come the end of the year. So I think I think we can only go up, man. I really do.
I do like Jim's comment here. We may not have a great season, but it has the potential for an entertaining one. Same thing I said when the Giants signed Jameis Winston. I was like, we're not going to be good, but like at least we got that. Let's see. And then I also got Louis saying powerful attack triangulation, surgical passing, and a full team effort. I hope we don't go back to play the ball backwards. And also, I love Gillespie. I give Gillespie a short leash. Otero showed he's up to it. Vamos, Orlando. Thank you for writing in, Luis. I'm not going to say, super short. I will say that every time Pedro leaves for international duty, he comes back a better keeper. So I'm praying for that. They're losing to Venezuela 1-0 right now. I just went and checked while we were talking about this. And it was through to a PK. So I'm not really going to fault Pedro for conceding on a PK. That's a difficult situation to be in. But it's definitely one of those ones where I'm hoping he comes back stronger like he has in years past. I've said this on the Den After Dark as well. People saying he's got a short leash. The only issue that the only debate that I put to that is they're paying him a ton of money. I can't see them putting that amount of money on the bench. I know Poppy's always been the guy, it doesn't really matter how much you make. But I feel like with Pedro, it's a little bit different. So we'll see. But
yeah, I can't see it under any circumstances.
He's got to have some real bad stinkers that cost us games to get put on the bench.
Yeah, he's not going to get back. No way.
It's going to take a lot. So with that, stock up, stock down. Ryder, I'm going to start with you because you haven't given us one in a while. So I'm going to give you the clean slate.
Morial. He even looks better in defensive transition. He looks good, and he's gelling with Ojeda. He's gelling with Pasalic. He's even gelling with Angulo, who is going to be my stock down because it's not a good look when you have issues coming off the pitch and you were not exactly having the best match. Him and Cesar arguing about it, him again getting frustrated about coming off. It's not a good look, and I think that he is the only weak spot in this attack right now, maybe even in the 11. So that's my stock up, stock down.
Especially in a 4-1 game, bro.
Yeah.
At the time, it was still 4-0. I'm pretty sure.
He was just mad. I read later that after he said that he didn't want to go out on the closest line, and he ended up doing it. And that's why it took them 60 seconds to bring in who came in for him? Dagger?
Yeah, it wasn't even that. No, the ref told him to go off to the closest sideline. He refused to. Cesar and Rodrigo yelled at him to go off on the nearest sideline. And because he got a yellow card for not leaving the field in a timely manner, because he still insisted on going out at the midfield spot, that's why we had to wait almost 2 minutes, I think, for Dagger to actually come onto the field.
It was
it's a penalty. Next stop. It's actual penalty now.
It's basically it's almost like a penalty box kind of thing in hockey. If you're not leaving the field in the quickest way possible, the person that's coming in for you gets penalized. And granted, we're up 4-0 at the time of the substitution. I get that you wanted a goal and you hit the post a couple times or whatever, but dude, come on. I know it was birthday or something, and apparently Poppy said something along the lines of I'll let it slide from this time. I think that's Poppy's way of saying that he tore him a new one in the locker room, because that's the kind of stuff that realistically you never see from an Oscar Pereja team. There's we have Robin Janssen who mouths off to the ref and Schlegel who's Schlegel, but outside of those two being the tough center backs, you really never see other disciplinary issues or weird issues with our guys. This was just kind of so out of character for a guy like Angulo. I was reaching out to Mike Gramajo and I was like, did he say what happened? Any information whatsoever? And I was just like, because this is just weird. You're winning 4-0. Why does it matter? I didn't get it at all. This is my way of saying he's my stock down too, but we'll go to Cleon first.
Oh, stock down. I'll go. It's been Angulo. It's been Angulo for I think almost every game at this point.
This he post a couple times in this one,
Yeah, exactly.
closer.
He was
Getting
right
closer.
there. So yeah, but he's still stock down for me. Stock up. I'll go Javi Young, Javier Artero. I've been his biggest fan all season. I've been calling for his insertion into the lineup. What?
Calm bullshit here on the fact that I know for a fact that when we were talking about wanting a backup goalkeeper, my man out here tweeting the only goalkeeper in the league worse than Pedro is our backup. So I know for a fact. I seen it in writing. I don't want to have to go dig up your tweets to find it. I
don't recall. I was probably hacked. I was probably hacked or something like that. I've been the biggest young Javier Artero stan since
got invited to the wrong group chat or something.
Fan your whole life.
Academy days, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know.
Oh my!
No, never dissed. I've been young Javier Otero since day one. So that's my stock up. That's my stock up.
I mean, it's a fair stock up because realistically, I know that like I was making Star Wars memes saying "Help us, Javier Otero, you're our only hope" kind of thing. Which proud of that one. It was good. But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit reluctant going in because I'm like, his OCB tape's not terrific.
Nah, you got lit up. Nah, you got lit up.
It's not. He didn't even play that much, but like conceding 13 goals in 9 games is not like super. Like, I feel good about this. I will say he's a giant of a person. Like
he's
like
huge.
He's like almost he's 6'6", borderline 6'7". Like he's a giant. But I mean, good control. He controlled his box well. He got up in the air well. And he held onto the ball. That's all you can ask for. You know.
But
so
my legit stock up, my actual stock up. I'm gonna go with I'm torn between Ojeda and Pasalic, bro. I'm gonna go Pasalic. I'm gonna go Pasalic.
Both. Screw it.
I'm gonna go Pasalic.
Canelo Stos.
You know? Ojeda, he's up there too, though, bro. Like, yeah, he's showing what he was supposed to bring. You know what I mean? He was always a double guy, man, coming out of Argentina.
It's a year and a half late, but
not easy to do, bro. That's not easy to do. You know, as a guy coming in averaging 12, 14 goals, 12, 14 assists. I mean, that's legit. So
I mean, through 5 games, we're sitting on 3-3 right now. Like,
yeah, bro.
Extrapolate that the rest of the season. You know what's expected.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Know.
So, yeah.
Realistically, you're looking at what? Multiply them by. You're looking at an 18-18 season almost.
Yep. And then stock up. I'm gonna go stock up. I'm also go stock up my boy Rico. I'm gonna go stock up with him too because that's a hell of a find right there, man.
With Pasalic.
Yeah, that's a hell of a find. You
got to give it to him. You got to give credit where it's due.
When you see their tape, when you see him and actually the other Nico Rodriguez, when you see their tape, you can see the similarities. Like he's got a type. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot like Facu. So it was obviously like a plug and play type of deal. It wasn't just this guy's available and this guy's available and he fits our budget. So here, come on. You know what I mean? Like he was clearly going after a type because Rodriguez plays the same style. I'm not saying he'll be just as effective, but he plays the same style. And as Pasalic plays the same style as Facu as well. You know what I mean? So that was clearly a thought out move. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only difference I would say I've seen their tape is Pasalic is more of a cut in on his left foot guy, whereas Rodriguez is a lot more of a direct to the goal kind of guy. I would say that's maybe the only thing I would say is a little bit different in their tape. I
don't know. I see a lot, bro.
So we'll see. I mean, right now we need
a lot too.
We need Rodriguez to get healthy so we can see him on the field.
Exactly.
I'd like some winger depth. I'd like some winger depth and also maybe taking Angulo's job potentially.
Yeah. And stock down, bro. And my second stock down to the groundskeeper crew, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if they got a new crew or what, but it's ass.
They got to get it together. Get
it together, bro.
It's rough. So obviously, I already gave my stock down to Angulo. I'm not going to repeat what I already said. I'm going to give stock up to my boy, who I've been screaming his name from the mountaintops before the season even started. Alex Freeman, absolute dog. goal and an assist in this one. I'm seeing the Football Wonder Kids page sharing his stats to start the season. I'm seeing the U.S. men's national team prospects page sharing his information, talking about how good he's been. MLS has been riding him as one of the best young players in the league so far. I feel like his breakout season's going strong right now. There's talks that people were hoping maybe he'd get in the Gold Cup roster this year. I don't think that's going to happen anymore because U.S. men's national team absolutely bottled the Nations League. So now they're going to have to bring a full strength team to that. But if they weren't bringing a full strength team, I think Alex Freeman might have been there. So if not, maybe he'll get called up and get to go to like a group stage camp or something. But kid's been an absolute baller. I just want to say that I was one of the first ones to say it. You're muted and you're complaining about me. It's fine.
No, I was complaining about my stupid dog. I had to give him another nugget, man.
He's eating out of house and home, man.
God,
bro, he's killing me over here.
This dog over here going to Hollywood. So speaking of Hollywood, we're going to LA this week. Man, I'm so good with the segues, guys.
That's a good segue. I'll give you credit for that one. That was actually a good segue. I'll give you credit on that one.
So golf clap for that. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to Hollywood. We got the defending champions who have been honestly kind of anything but so far this year. No wins through 5 to start the year. And they also midweek next week have Tigres for the Champions Cup. So I don't know if we're going to get a rotated lineup out of them, if that's possible. But they're missing Marco Royce. They're missing Joseph Paintsil. Ricky Puig is still out. I'm sorry, Ricky Puig. I always say it wrong. Ricky Puig is still out. They still got Gabriel Peck and Fagundes. But this team so far has not been what they were last year. It's a late kickoff. So for you guys, it's late at least. 10:30. For me, it's at 8:30, so that's pretty lovely. But I'll still probably host Den After Dark if anyone's going to be there to listen to it. We'll see. It's going to be way past everyone's bedtime. I don't know if Jake's going to be able to make it for that all the way over from jolly old England, but we'll see. But guys, predictions against LA. Do we keep it going or do we kind of check back to reality?
I think we keep it going, and I think one of the reasons for that is LA is already dealing with a bunch of injuries. You just listed them all off. Their injury sheet is massive. And they've got 72 hours to rest before they have to play Tigres. So they're going to want to rest their guys because that's a huge match because you've got to get as many goals at home as you can against Tigres because they're going to go into their house the week after and they're going to thrash you. We learned that lesson the hard way in the Champions League. So, or Champions Cup. Good grief. Stop changing the names, people. Just stick to one name. I think we can keep it rolling. I think that it'll be a heavily rotated side and we're going to put the same lineup out there. And I think we're going to squeak out I'm going to say 3-2 win.
Okay.
And I'm going to
give me the goal scores.
I'm going to say Pasalic, Ojeda, and I think Freeman's going to keep it up.
I love it. At this point, we're going to have to start betting on Freeman to score because it's such good odds. You don't usually expect a defender to score. You guys watching along on YouTube and Twitter, give us your predictions as well. I'll try putting them up on screen. Cleon, what do you got going on in this game?
We might have blown our load. We might have blown our load on this last one. So I'm gonna knock the scoring down a little lower. So I don't think we're gonna light the scoreboard up like that. So I'll go 2-1. I think we squeak it out 2-1. Late winner.
Okay, 2-1 late winner.
I'm gonna go Ojeda and Duncan or Enrique, bro. One of them got to get it. I know Duncan just got back. It's more Enrique, but somebody got to get off the schneid. So I'm gonna go 1-0.
Duncan has played a grand total of 7 minutes.
Yeah, he just got it. I know, but I just feel like one of those two is gonna get off the scoreboard. gonna get off the gonna get on the scoreboard. Late.
So the way that I'm looking at it, so you got 2-1, we got a 3-2. For me, we've been a top scoring team in the league. LA Galaxy have been one of the most goal scoring or goal conceding teams in the league, up there with us. So this is a perfect recipe for this to be a 0-0 draw. I'm not going to say that. I just wanted to make sure that people know that it's a possibility. I'm going to be more optimistic than that. I think we're going to continue beating the brakes off of teams that are playing like duty, and they're playing like cardboard duty. It's awful. So I'm going to go 3-0. Give me a Muriel brace and Duncan off the bench to complete it. And I'm also going to have a hot take in here. Give me Enrique starting over Angulo. He's not really much of a natural left winger, but I think that we're going to see a little bit of a Angulo punishment from that. So I that's kind of my expectation. So I got a couple predictions out here. I got Daniel saying 3-2 Orlando City, Paslich, Muriel, and Maguire. I think we need to see Maguire get on the score sheet. I know we all want it to happen. Luis 3-1. We keep roaring. And mentioned Santos, Muriel, and Ojeda score. I like the Santos shout. That's interesting. He does like to get some. He's got a good left foot on him. We know that. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's a bold call. What was that, Cleon? You were muted.
If he scores, go play the lottery, Luis.
That's fair, Luis. Yeah, we're gonna find you. We're gonna message you if he scores. You got to go buy a lotto ticket. Something.
Send me the lotto numbers too, man.
Yeah, we'll all get shares. We're gonna get it from you. And then we got Jim is with the spice right now. 3-1. Caraballo getting a goal off the bench.
Would that make him the youngest goal scorer in our history?
Absolutely, it would. Absolutely, it would. I do remember when Granados got that one call up, which I think was, I don't know if it was even for a friendly or what it was, but I know he had like a long shot from distance where everyone was like, "Oh man, this kid's got something," and then he was sold to Club Bruges the next day. So like, it was a weird, short-lived thing. And Luis also tossed in there should get a Powerball for sure. So we respect it. But we're gonna need those numbers. All right, guys. So
I'll double his and say I don't think Caraballo will score. I don't think he'll score, not off the bench. But if he starts for Angulo, bro, you just have no respect. This dog, man. Bro, you're not getting my nugget. This is the last one. I don't love you like that. So if Angulo does get benched and for Caraballo, I would say he might score.
I'm still thinking it's going to be for Enrique, if anything.
If he starts, he might score.
Okay.
That's about as positive you're going to get from me on some kids.
Yes, a positive, because what Cleon normally has to say about them kids, we can't say on the show. But but yeah, I mean, he's a 16-year-old kid. The kid's got some sauce. He definitely has a lot of talent. I do hope that he does get more playing time throughout the year, because usually if he's going to get more playing time, that means we're winning games. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'd love to see him be the youngest goal scorer in Orlando City history. So I'm hoping that he gets an opportunity. I don't think he's going to start. I think he is going to still be a guy coming off the bench, because I think Enrique is more likely to get a start on the wing over Angulo than a guy like Caraballo is. But you never know. It's always possible. It can always happen. Let's see. What any others? If he scores, you're naming that dog Caraballo Jr. There you go. That's the dog's new name. Jim called it. I will say, just because he just popped up in the chat, tomorrow I will be on with Edgar from News Across the Galaxy, previewing for our side on the LA Galaxy side, talking about our game. So if you want to catch me on News Across the Galaxy with Edgar, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll make sure that I'm tweeting out the links as well, so that way you guys can all find it. So shout out to Edgar for jumping in and saying hi. We'll get there, but we're closing up the shop right now. Shout outs time. Alex, let's go to you first. You've been gone since the season preview. I'm sure you got a lot of stuff to shout out right now.
I've got a couple, and they're
That's
all
why I
gonna
said
be
I'm
pretty brief.
we got 5 minutes for us to wrap it up. Actually, 4.5 with the outro. So like, get to it.
Shout out to FC Naples, currently leading USL League One, and moving on to the next round in the Open Cup, like we talked about earlier. Shout out to my wife for 3 years of marriage as of Thursday. And
Congrats.
most importantly, not just kidding, honey. Shout out to the U.S. men's national team. I think you said it earlier in the show, Mike, for their grade A chef's kiss bottle job, just completely blowing it. Not to mention the fact doing it in a basically empty NFL stadium. That's embarrassing. No one's going to take it seriously, and it really gives me pause that the World Cup is going to be a disaster next year. So
Totally.
Awesome job.
World Cup, still World Cup. It's going to be full regardless.
Yeah, I got to figure out where I'm going
I'm
to travel to for the World Cup because it's not here. So
LA or Seattle, baby.
those are the two for me. I think Seattle might be cheaper. I really don't know. So you good, man?
Yeah, man. Stupid dog, man. I'm about to make him my shout out in a minute.
Caraballo Jr.
Yeah, shout out ugliest dog on the planet. Ugliest fat chihuahua on the planet with a bad attitude.
Oh.
He ain't cute. Ain't nothing cute about. Look at him. Cross-eyed. Look at his eyes. Look like Zeus.
No, it looks like Forrest Whitaker.
Exactly.
His eyes going two different directions.
Get out of my face. So shout out him. Little bastard.
I'm gonna go ahead. I really don't have a shout out this week, so I'm just gonna go ahead and actually no, I'm gonna shout out Swag for at the watch party, letting everyone know that I was on a heater at the casino. So shout out to Swag for my luck completely running out the next time that I went. I lost a couple $100, so appreciate you, brother, for killing the heater. But at the same time, still congratulations on your new gig. As a show and as a group, we're all super happy for you, man, with the new thing that you're doing. So becoming a full-time pilot is awesome. So Swag might be on the show a little bit less here and there because he's chasing his dreams, and we respect that. That's what the show's all about. Also, shout out to football. I know the draft's coming up in about a month. I'm super excited, and can't wait to be defending this to everybody in Manscaped League One again. I wanted to. Cleon's been having a tough enough time with his dog. I wanted him to get a little bit more frustrated before we go off air. So,
Look at him.
Always keep that thing on me.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. I ain't playing no games with y'all this year. And the two new people coming up into the league this year too. I ain't playing no games with you. I'm taking no prisoners, and I'm coming for everybody. And I'm finally walking home with my belt.
It can't be your belt if you've never had it before. I'm just saying. So, I will say though, for those that don't know, you hear us talk crap about the league all the time. I do want to just explain that is correct. You did hear properly. We have a fantasy football league that's got promotion and relegation. So we got 2 new people that are coming up this year and 2 people that are going down.
Bye, JJ.
Yeah, JJ. Unfortunately, JJ's on the way down. Sadly, we love you, JJ. Hope to see you come back up. But yeah, we got 2 people going. Who went down with JJ?
Cozy.
Oh, that's right. It's Cozy that went down.
Cozy. All my ops are gone, bro. All my ops are gone.
Everyone you mean all your ops? All the guys that you mean all the guys that just don't take your trade requests?
No, Cozy's the only one that just don't take my trade requests. And I literally make the best trade offers in this league, bar none. Bar none. Yes, I do. But you got people like Cozy who just wanna blackball me for making trades for no reason whatsoever. None. Just because it's me. And he's literally told me, I just don't want you to be better. Same with Adrian. But that's all good because Adrian will be relegated this year. So shout out Adrian on your last year in in Manscaped League One.
That's right. Yeah, it is the Manscaped League
definitely
One
gonna
since we
relegate.
were sponsored.
We
by
had
Manscaped
promotion and
back in the day.
We had promotion and relegation before USL had it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Who's the championship sponsored by? It's the Companion
Manscaped.
Insurance Championship.
Manscaped. That's up for maybe we'll put that up for
The other former sponsors, the Fubo TV Championship.
yeah, exactly.
Field
All right,
Turf
guys.
USA,
Field
League One.
Turf USA Championship. That's what I think it is. It's the Field Turf Championship.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Vamos Orlando. Let's go ahead and get this dub. Catch me tomorrow on News Across the Galaxy with Edgar. I'll make sure to get that link shared out. Vamos Orlando as always, and let's go beat the crap out of some Galacticos this weekend. Sound good? Yeah, let's do it. Vamos, guys.
Safe flight out to Carson.
Safe flight out to Carson. Yeah, you got it, man. All right, y'all have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.